What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another album review. And today, if y'all haven't already read the title, we are going to be doing Starr Moment of Truth. Now, this is Starr's fifth studio album released March 31st, 1998 under No Tribe Records and Virgin Records. And before we get into the album review, I would like y'all to like, subscribe, and comment down below what other albums y'all want me to do. I'm just starting off with that right away because I just feel like I should. And I'm probably going to say it at the end of the video as well. But just like, subscribe, and, tell me what other album reviews y'all want me to do in the future. But without any further ado, man, let's get into this album review.
Who's this suspicious character strapped with the sounds profound, similar to rounds spit by derringers? You're in the terror dome like my man.
First song we got on here is You Know My Steez. Right off the rip, one of the better intro songs I have probably heard in a while. It just instantly gravitated towards me, and I'll tell you why. When we talk about the production to me is like amazing. It's really just a good sampling in the background. It has a really nice mix to it, but it's a very laid back, cool production, and I feel like the beat type is honestly pretty good as well. I feel like DJ Premier just killed it on this one. But when we get into the lyrics, Guru's flow pattern was amazing. His wordplay was really, really good throughout this intro. And honestly, there really ain't nothing to complain about. It's a really low-key track. I would say personally one of my favorites that I would add to a playlist because it's just very chill. But I would say definitely one of the better songs on this album and a great start to the album in general.
Now that we're getting somewhere, you know we got to give back. For the youth is the future, no doubt that's right and exact. Squeeze the juice out.
Next song we got on here is Robin Hood Theory. Again, another amazing track. It doesn't surprise me that DJ Premier just comes up with this great production. It's very unique. It's kind of dark in a way, like kind of like an alley way at nighttime kind of music you would hear in the background, but it just sounds so like good at the same time. It's very, again, laid back, but it's mysterious at the same time. Like it has you thinking like somebody's behind you kind of thing, and I kind of like that about the production. It just keeps you like on your feet a little bit. And then when it comes to the rap performance, Guru had a very good rap performance. I loved his cadence. It was definitely very different from the previous song, but I like how he was just able to match the beat type and just go with a steady flow. Obviously his wordplay was very, very good on here, and I would argue probably one of the more underrated songs on this album. Not a lot of plays, so I would definitely put this up there with a lot of the other songs that is on this album for sure.
Hey yo, I'm gonna be on tit out. That's all my eyes can see. Victory is mine. Yeah, surprisingly, I've been laying.
Next song we got on here is Work. Easily probably one of the more popular songs on this album, if not the most popular song in possibly their catalog. I definitely enjoyed this a lot. The production gives you kind of that excitement feel to it, and it has a good suspense to it as well. I love the beat type on here, and the anticipation on the production overall I feel like is very fitting. But when we get into the rap performance, Guru again just is amazing. I like his flow pattern very well. His wordplay was definitely really good. He matched the production of the beat. Again, there really ain't too much to complain about with this song or nitpick, because I feel like it's just a good song to make like your single or one of the more popular songs on the album, and it's very well done, honestly. It's a very short song, like about less than 3 minutes, but I will say it's very useful when you do hear it. It's definitely very good.
One of the meanest and the cleanest, and still I'm kinda fiendish when I'm at this. Been doing this for eons, peons best to catch this vision of excellence.
Next song we got on here is Royalty featuring Casey Haley and JoJo Haley. I definitely like this song a whole lot. The production is giving you kind of that piano sound in the background with a really good beat type. It just has a very good sound. Like it's not nothing crazy, but I feel like it's something simple that seems like difficult to make, but at the same time it could be simple enough. I don't know. And then when we get into rap performance, the rap performance was definitely amazing. Really steady flow, nothing too crazy, nothing too fast. I feel like he just matched the production overall. And I don't know if JoJo Haley and all of them, I don't know if they're just like the hook, but like I didn't hear like a necessary verse from them, so I don't know if they were just the hook or something. I don't know. But I think this is a very enjoyable song. I would argue another very underrated song within the album because it just sounds good overall. Like there's no crazy flaws to this song that I could say is bad. So definitely one of the better ones.
Myself, Lord and Master, shall bring disaster to evil factors. Demonic chapters shall be captured by kings through the storm.
Next song we got on here is Above the Clouds featuring Inspector Deck. I was definitely very anticipated on listening to this song because obviously Inspector Deck is on this song, and I feel like he's one of the more underrated lyricists of all time, if not within Wu-Tang. I just feel like he wasn't able to get as much attention as the other guys in the group, but Expect the Deck on here, I was definitely very excited. But when we talk about production, the production is really, really good. It has a really good beat type. The sound in the background is so unique. I don't know what it is, but it sounds like some kind of guitar, but it just sounds so like well done and very well sounded, good quality overall. The production is definitely really good on this one. And then when we talk about the verses, obviously Guru did his thing. His flow was definitely amazing. Had very good wordplay and gosh, I'm trying to think of the word, but let's just say wordplay just to get it over with. Wordplay was amazing. But then when we got to Inspect the Deck, he killed it. I would argue he had the better verse. But that I don't know if that's saying too much because I know what Inspector Deck is going to bring to the table. But I feel like his cadence was amazing. He rapped at a very good pace. His flow, did I say his flow was amazing? I don't think I did, but his flow was definitely really good lyrics wise. I mean, unbeatable. Like I said, I think he had the better verse. Definitely a collab that if I hadn't heard of Gangstar, I wouldn't have seen coming. So definitely one of the better songs on the album. I mean, it is one of the more popular songs within the album as well, but definitely, I mean, amazing for sure.
Yo, they got me handcuffed. I'm down in central booking. Things are fucked up the way my future's looking, but I'm too fly.
Next song we got on here is JFK to LAX. Very, very good song. I would argue right away one of the more underrated songs on this album. I'm probably gonna say that a lot because there are some bangers on here. I'm not even gonna lie, but getting into the production, first off, amazing sampling with amazing beat type. It's just so like I don't know how DJ Premier does it. Like I shouldn't say I'm impressed. Like I've never been impressed by his production, but it's just like he finds the right samplings and just mix them so well. It's just like it's just amazing to me. Very well done. But when we get into the lyrics, I love Guru's flow on this one. I mean, he just matched the energy of the production to a T. He had a very good storytelling on this one. Obviously, the JFK to LAX. I think y'all know who JFK is, and y'all get the whole nine. But his storytelling was definitely really good on here. I didn't really even mention that the storytelling were good on the other songs too. It's just I got caught up with this storytelling because I could just envision what's going on as he's rapping. But yeah, another very underrated song. I don't even know how this is underrated. I really don't, but definitely you should give it a listen.
While they devise our demise, we grow wise.
Upset the setup, the element of surprise.
Next song we got on here is It's a Setup featuring Handy Boley? Handboley? I don't even know how to say this name, but yeah, Handbali. That's what I'll call this person. This song was honestly pretty cool. This is like to me like the first song where I'm like I wouldn't personally add it to my playlist, but it's still a listenable song, and I feel like the production wise, what's cool, it definitely gave you that sinister kind of sound to it. It was kind of dark. I like the unique sounds of kind of that piano where it's like one of the lower keys. I just like the suspense of it a little bit, but it's not like the best sounding production on here. It's just okay. Like it's not nothing special, but I do feel like Guru on this song, I mean, his rhyme schemes were definitely really good, but I just feel like he couldn't really like match the energy fully within this production. I just feel like I don't know, it was just something off about it. Like it wasn't very well sounded as I wanted it to be. So that's my only critic. I wouldn't say this is the worst song on the album, but it's not really a song I'm like crazy about. I feel like at the end of the day it's fair. Like it's definitely one of those songs that's fair, and crazy enough, I feel like if this was on anybody else's like worst album, this could be the best song. So that's saying a lot for this song at least, but I'm just not like crazy about it like many other people. So I'd probably pass on this song.
The same shiesty cats that you hang with and do your thing with could set you up and wet you up. Nigga, peep the language, it's universal.
Next song we got on here is self-titled Moment of Truth. This song is definitely very unique. It brings instant nostalgia and just like good vibes to it, and I'll tell you why. First off, the production is very well put together. It just has a very nice background sound that's just ongoing, but very just like joyous, I guess. I don't know how to really explain that, but it's like it's a feel good kind of sound in the background, and I feel like the beat type was definitely needed for this. It sounded amazing, but Guru's flow on here was just so good, and his storytelling was even better. Obviously, talking about the moment of truth and talking about the struggles that he went through early on just to get up there in the rap game. I thought that was really good. Um, I could argue this is the most underrated song, but it has a lot of plays, so it's properly rated. I think this song is definitely unique. It's something I could put on repeat, and personally, something I could put on my playlist. Like I think it's very, very well done, and uh, definitely a very good listen overall.
Son, you supposed to be my man, but you ain't wise enough to realize this is B.I. See, I wanna taste the whole.
Next song we got on here is B.I. versus Friendship featuring M.O.P. Now, I have a hot take. I'm not that big of a fan of M.O.P. I feel like I like them enough to the point where, yes, they bring the energy, whatever song they get on, but I feel like some songs kind of don't make sense for them to bring the energy, and I guess I'll explain why when I get into it more. The production to me was interesting. I feel like there was some kind of fighting kind of music in the background. It just felt like maybe that kind of moment. The beat type I feel like was cool, but I feel like the production is fine. Like it's not nothing to like hang your hat on. It's definitely not something you could really like gravitate to, I guess. So I'm not like crazy over it, but it does bring kind of that maybe workout music in a way. And then when we talk about lyrics, rap performance wise, I feel like the rap performance was good by Guru. I think he was able to keep up with the production as well as he can. But I feel like with such a higher upbeat, I would expect him to be higher up in his rap. But he was kind of like low key, which I feel like didn't really match at the end of the day. And then when we get to MOPs, I feel like they were just like overpowering the production in a lot of ways. And sometimes that could be good and sometimes that could be bad. But at this point, I think it's bad because it just, I feel like their lyrics wise wasn't really like that impressive. I feel like they said like a lot of basic rhymes that I was just like, I'm not that impressed. So that's why I'm not the biggest fan of MOP. I respect what they bring to the game, obviously, but I'm not like crazy. I don't think I would ever listen to an MOP album unless somebody requested. So I'm like okay on them. Like they're fine, but I just feel like they do a lot of the yelling and don't really be saying anything when they be trying to rhyme. So my hot take though, just my hot take, but that's just me.
If heads only knew how I felt about the rap game, they relocate and change their fucking name. I eradicate, move fake.
Next song we got on here is The Militant featuring Big Shug and Freddie Fox. I've never heard of Freddie Fox, but I guess we're gonna learn about him now. I feel like this song had a pretty good upbeat as far as production. The beat was nice. The production overall, like the sound, I thought was pretty decent overall. But I feel like the rap performance was like not nothing crazy. Guru did his thing. Everyone else, I mean, they had solid verses, I guess. I never really heard of either of them, but I just don't go crazy for this song like that. I feel like it's decent. I feel like it's a listenable song, but I could do without this. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. It's kind of one of those another kind of mid songs where I'm like, it's okay. So I give it that.
You do your first bit of dirt to get your name known. You never talk too much to get your spot blown. Now you're no longer just a face in the crowd.
Next song we got on here is The Rep Grows Bigger. I feel like this song was decent. It took like almost 2 minutes to get into the actual song, by the way. So you might want to skip all the way to like exactly a minute and maybe like 45 seconds because it took literally that long. But I feel like the production was definitely interesting. It kind of gave me like Adam's Family kind of vibes. Like if y'all know that song in the background with the piano, it kind of gave me them kind of vibes. I feel like the beat type was honestly pretty decent. I like the way Guru was flowing on this track, though. I think his wordplay was amazing, steady pace with the production, and I would somewhat argue a pretty underrated song. It has to grow on me a little more the more I listen to it, but for first listen, it isn't bad, and for second listen, I think you start to really get into it a little more.
Take action the minute that the crowd gets hype. I'm type crashing down like a meteorite. I'm Bogarted, mics and whole stages.
Next song we got on here is What I'm Here For. Easily, I would argue one of the more underrated songs on this album. The production is so well put together. I love the piano sounds in the background with a really good beat type. It's very simple, but at the same time, very well done by DJ Premier. He did his thing. And then obviously Guru flowing on this track immensely. I love his wordplay on here. Lyrics are through the roof. It's kind of crazy how this song doesn't have more plays than a lot of songs, but it's a very good sounding song in general. Like, I don't know what people are doing, but this song is easily, I would argue, the most underrated song. Replay value is through the roof because it is a short song. So, yeah, I definitely enjoyed this song a lot, honestly.
She knows what she wants, she's bold so she flaunts her hourglass jewels to mad clientele. Rejected, oh well, she ain't going to.
Next song we got on here is She Knows What She Wants. I would say a very interesting title, but I think if you go off of the context of the title, you know what kind of song this is going to be, and you know what to expect. And I feel like the production definitely gave you what to expect. It kind of gave you that in the bedroom 90s kind of vibe. It was very slow, nice jazz in the background, a really decent beat type with the steady pace, not doing too much. And I feel like it's good vibes for the right mood, I would say. And I feel like lyrics wise, Guru definitely just got into his inner, like, let me talk smooth to this girl, let me talk sweet to her, let me talk sexy to her. Like, he kind of got in that groove, which I thought was pretty neat. I thought that was cool. I would argue this is probably one of the better songs within the album. It's not replay value good, but I think it's, for right time, you could play this and maybe get the mood going. I don't know, but I feel like the song is cool though. I feel like I could listen to it every now and then, just not every single time. That's really about it.
Doesn't make sense for you to compete against this New York vibe to get your whole body tense. Calm down, listen to a brother who.
Next song we got on here is New York Straight Talk. I think this song was cool. The production to me was like kind of low key. Like it wasn't nothing that DJ Premier was like super crazy over, you can tell, because really it's like the B type, and then there's this like sound in the background that's kind of like not all the way there, and you hear like the thump of the guitar a little bit. It's not nothing too crazy. It's a very low key production. It's not nothing you can really rely on to get something going, at least, or even in a car. I don't know. I feel like lyrics wise were pretty good. I didn't really pay attention to this song like the other ones because I just feel like it kind of gave you that boring feel to it. And throughout every other song, I feel like it gave you a little bit of something. This one was just like, it's a low key track. So, I mean, I could see why it has less plays than most songs because it just isn't all the way there. But that doesn't mean it's the worst song on the album. I just feel like it doesn't have enough energy to keep up with a lot of the other great songs that I previously named. So at the end of the day, I feel like it's mid. Maybe it'll grow on me, but maybe not.
Way past the days of the deuce, me and you stays a crew. Only a few percent knew what me and you went through. We've been sent to dominate.
Next song we got on here is My Advice to You. I feel like the title alone is obviously a giveaway of hearing a good storytelling and hearing good advice in general, and I'll tell you why. But I got to talk about the production. I feel like the production was definitely very fitting. It's a very slow, melodic piano sound in the background. The beat type is very slowed down too, not doing too much, because the real important part is really the storytelling about this whole song. And the thing is, when the title is called My Advice to You, he's obviously giving you a positive message where, take this hip hop game as serious as the greats and kind of lead with that. And I feel like he was able to spit that throughout such a short track, but able to get out everything he's supposed to get out. So I love the storytelling. I love the aspect and the context of this song. And I would argue definitely one of the more underrated songs within the album because I feel like it's just very well done and well played. So definitely very good.
First and foremost, some rappers are sweet like fructose. When I cock back these lyrics, y'all punks best be ghost. I be the 721, 1820.
Next song we got on here is Make 'Em Pay featuring Crump Snatcher. I'm glad I got that right on the first try. I actually like this song quite a bit. I remember the first time I listened to it, I was kind of like, it's okay. But once I listened to it a second time, I was like, okay, this is good. When we start off with the production, I feel like the production was definitely well put together. Just gives you that melodic, airy sound in the background. I feel like a pretty good beat type overall. Guru's flow was definitely very amazing. I loved everything he did, but the Crumb Snatcher's verse was actually really, really good. I was very impressed with his verse. He had very good wordplay. There was some stuff that I wish I could remember what lyric he said that was actually pretty hard, but he's pretty good. I like him. He has a very nice cadence, nice flow, good wordplay, like lyrics wise. I mean, very, very good. I would argue the most underrated song on this album again. And I would argue probably the most underrated feature on this album, I would argue. But I think this song is very well done. Like, there's nothing bad I can say about this.
Yo, what the deal, cousin? Gave him a pound, now we hugging. And the more thugging, fucking spent a few hundred, shorties must be loving.
Next song we got on here is The Mall featuring G-Dep and Shiggy Shy. I thought this song was pretty good. It has like a very good anthem to it. I think the hook is very catchy. I feel like the production overall is actually pretty good because it gives you kind of that energetic kind of song where you could play it at a concert and people will just go crazy and repeat it and bob with you a little bit. I'm like thinking of the beat in my head, so that's why I'm bobbing, if y'all were wondering. But I feel like overall, I feel like the production is honestly pretty good. When we get into the lyrics, I feel like lyrics wise we're good, especially from the features. I feel like they were able to keep a steady pace, had that true New York slang and sound to them that I thought was very unique. I can't tell which one is which because I don't know who any of these featured rappers are, but now I know who they are. And then I feel like Guru's part was honestly somewhat hidden, but I think he did pretty good as well. I feel like this song is honestly pretty decent. I would argue another pretty underrated song in general.
Scandal. Money.
Next song we got on here is Betrayal featuring Scarface. Man, when I tell y'all, DJ Premier just knows what beats to use whenever a certain feature's on here. Like he literally knows. The production is so good. It gives you kind of that gangsta piano sound in the background, but very melodic, very slow, very just patient with the beat type. I enjoyed the production a lot. It was very smoothing and very simple, but at the same time just very creative too. Like it's hard to describe in that way, but y'all would have to hear it to know what I'm talking about. Now when we get into rap performance, I love the storytelling from both Guru and Scarface. They were able to give us their version of what portrayal is to them, and I thought it was very unique. I think Scarface in general has a unique sound. He just brings that real Houston, Texas kind of sound to this track that makes it very like aggressive, and he has kind of that raspy voice too, and he gives you kind of them unk vibes, which I really like. But overall, I feel like this is definitely one of the more, again, underrated songs within the album. God, I mean, this song is definitely very, very good and very underrated.
So just perhaps you wanna challenge my style of rap. Talking about you buzz cops, we know that's just a pile of crap. The underground is where I dwell at.
Next song we got on here is Next Time. I would definitely argue this might be one of my favorite songs on the album. The production, it's like the little things about the production that I really like within this song. The overall sound gives you like kind of that 60s kind of cinema, like, background noise where it's like suspenseful or something's gonna happen, watch out kind of thing. But it also gives you something dark and mysterious within the production as well. And I think like a really good part was I do like the beat type on here, but I like the little, guitar like thump of the bass in the background. I thought that was a really nice touch. Like I said, it's the little things that I like pay attention to that I'm like, dude, that is such a nice touch. That's why I feel like DJ Premier is very untouchable to a lot of producers out here of all time. But we cannot go without talking about Guru's flow on here. He was able to match the energy completely. He was really just freestyling on here like it was nothing. I just feel like his wordplay was amazing. Cadence was good. He was able to just have a steady little track on here, and I definitely enjoyed this song a lot. I put this on repeat a couple times, and I'm like, dude, this is like addicting. Like I really like this song. I would argue easily the most underrated song on the album. Easily. I would argue probably the most underrated song in their discography, but I haven't listened to their whole discography yet, but I'm just gonna put it out there right now.
My man G.O.V. I remember how you used to be. You were the illest man alive. Now I'm reading your eulogy.
Next song, or really last song we have on this album is In Memory of. Now, I do like how the title lets you put your own kind of word to it. It says in memory of dot dot dot, which that could be anybody. Now, obviously, I love what the song represents, but first let me get into the production. I feel like the production was fine. Like, it wasn't nothing too crazy. But I feel like the only reason it wasn't too crazy because I feel like this is basically a homage song more than let's just make a regular rap song, if that makes any sense. And so when we get into the lyrics wise, I feel like when I mention homage, I feel like homage by obviously them basically explaining like, you know, RIP to Tupac, RIP to Biggie, RIP to like any other rapper that died, you know, beforehand, and they're basically just giving them homage and giving them praise. And that's what this song really is. That's why I said it's not necessarily a rap song. It's just really remembering the people that died in the East Coast West Coast War. Obviously before then, and you know, all the way till now. And I think it's very ironic because, you know, obviously Guru is not with us anymore, but DJ Premier's with us. And I feel like this is a good like example of just any rapper that comes out with an album and they want to come out with a certain song. You could obviously still pay homage to a lot of the greater rappers that aren't with us anymore. And I feel like it's a nice little thing they did. I feel like it wasn't forced. I feel like they just did it because they wanted to. So, or they felt like it was the right thing to do. So, I mean, as far as an outro song, I feel like it's safe. It's not a song I would add to my playlist, put on repeat, or even really listen again. But I feel like for first listen, it's definitely worthy of being on the outro of this entire album. All right, y'all, we are at the point of the video where I'm going to be talking about the 5 credentials of this album. If y'all don't know the 5 credentials, I'll put them right here. I'll leave it on the screen for you people. And the first thing we're going to talk about is production. 10 out of 10. I'm not even going to really waste any time. It's DJ Premier. Like, let's just move on. Next we got is features. I feel like the features were honestly very strong within this album. There was a lot of names that I personally did not know, where I was like, who is that? But then there were some names that I knew, like Expected Deck and Scarface, and I feel like their feature performance was amazing. I feel like the features low-key came in pretty clutch for the most part. If I had to give it a 1 through 10, I would honestly give it like a solid 8. I think an 8 is pretty fair, honestly. Next we got is rap performance 10. Like, again, it's matches up with the production. Like, Guru's rap performance was amazing. Let's move on. Next we got is context. Context on here was very much important because the thing is, when it comes to context, I like to visualize what they're rapping, and then it becomes a really good storytelling. And I feel like he stayed on par with a lot of the songs on here. He never got off subject, and I feel like even if he did, he was able to bounce back on subject and keep us engaged and keep us going. And I feel like that's what makes a great context album in general. And really, the title alone brings context within the whole entire album. So if I had to give that a 1 through 10, I'm giving that a 10 as well. Like, I think it's very perfect when it comes to storytelling or just giving us something that happened years ago or giving us something that happened recently. I just feel like it's very good. So 10 out of 10. And last but not least, we have album cover. I think the album cover is pretty unique. Obviously, it's them in a courtroom. Obviously, getting that moment of truth. Am I'm going to be guilty or am I not going to be guilty kind of situation. So I like the context of the album cover. I think it brings out something a little bit, and it's pretty creative if you ask me. So as far as amongst all album covers, 1 through 10, I'd give it a solid like 7. I think a 7 is fair. Like, I think it makes sense, especially with the moment of truth kind of thing brightening up. So, if I seen it in the vinyl store, I'd pick it up. I mean, it looks pretty gravitating. I could look at it and be like, I want to listen to that. So, yeah, I think a 7 out of 10 on the album cover is pretty good. All right, y'all. So now we are down to the final verdict of this entire album. I really don't have to give it much thought. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. This album to me brings a complete like version of what 90s albums could bring even back then. And I was always scared to listen to this album because I knew people ranked this album very high. And usually when albums are ranked very high, I'm always suspicious because I'm like, what if I don't like it though? Do I give it a bad review and then everybody comes at me on the comment section? But I wind up taking a risk. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to listen to it. And surprisingly, I was going to say this is the first Gangstar album I've ever listened to. But that's a lie. Actually, I listened to their posthumous album that came out, I believe, around 2021, 2022. I'll put it on the screen. It was pretty much their last album. I really enjoyed that album. And then I thought, you know what? I'm going to listen to their most popular album, most requested, and we're going to see how this goes. So I think this is a perfect album, a certified classic, obviously. And I'm not even going to lie to y'all. Once this video's over, I'm going to listen to the album again because it's, to me, that good. I mean, yeah. But that will conclude today's video. I hope y'all enjoyed. If y'all did, like, subscribe, and comment down below what other albums y'all want me to listen to. Also, click the link down in my description for all my social medias. But, yeah, I'll catch y'all on the next one.